What's going on, bodybuilding fans? As you all know, we've had one more top athlete drop out of this year's Mr. Olympia. So I have to redo my predictions video. So this is my Olympia prediction video update. The competitors who are not competing in Olympia are Brett Wilkin, Big Ramy, Ian Valliere, Kamal Garni, Nathan Diasha, Behrooz Tabani, and Nick Walker, who had to withdraw due to a hamstring injury. My top 10 are Hadi Chupan, Derek Lunsford, Brandon Curry, Samson Dauda, Tonio Burton, Michael Krizo, Andrea Presti, Hunter Labrada, Andrew Jack, and Regan Grimes. In 10th place, I have Andrea Presti. Andrea qualified for the Olympia by winning the Big Man Evolution Pro. He has wide shoulders, always comes in with great conditioning, doesn't have the best legs, but I think in this lineup with the guys who dropped out, he'll be good enough to place 10th. In 9th place, I have Tonio Burton, who qualified by winning the New York Pro. Now, originally I had Behrooz Tabani in 9th place, and I thought, according to Fitness Vote, that he did receive a visa, but apparently he did not, so he is out. And I replaced him with Tonio. Tonio is very muscular. He's not the biggest guy, but I think, just like I said with Andrea, with the guys dropping out, he'll be good enough to be up in the top 10 and as high as 9th place. In 8th place, I have Regan Grimes. Regan qualified by winning the Europa Pro. So like I said again with the previous two competitors, I think this is the year that Regan breaks the top 10, and it has a lot to do with who else dropped out. I think he put on a lot of size, and I think he's going to come in with pretty good conditioning. You know, he never really nails it, but I think we're going to see a vastly improved Regan Grimes taking 8th place. In 7th place, I have Hunter Labrada, who qualified by winning the Tampa Pro, where he looked the best that I think we've ever seen him. Do I think he can repeat that conditioning? No, I don't think so. I think he looks great by himself, but when you compare him to some of these other guys, sometimes he kind of fades a little bit. If you look in this picture, like his back is great. He has striated glutes, striated lower back. But from the front, I think his abs, for some reason, they can never get really separated. So I think that's one of his weaknesses. But for 7th place in this lineup, that's a great placing. Now we'll get into our top 6. In 6th place, I have Brandon Curry, a former Mr. Olympia and a former Arnold Classic winner, always one of the biggest names in any show. However, he is getting older. I don't think he's getting better. He is looking big in this picture, though. Not sure when he was taken. But I think against this lineup, I don't think he has the conditioning to compete with the guys ahead of him. In 5th place, I have Andrew Jack. Andrew qualified by winning the Texas Pro this year. Andrew is always one of the most popular bodybuilders in the show. He's going to be the tallest competitor. But even at 290 pounds or whatever he competes at, I still think he needs to put on more size. Some of his poses, I think, is a little strange, like his front double biceps, like I mentioned in my previous video. He should be bringing his elbows down and contracting his biceps more. And I think from behind, he never has, hard lower back or shredded glutes. If he ever can bring that in, I think he's going to be Mr. Olympia one day. In 4th place, I have Michael Krizo, who qualified by winning the Empro Pro. Now, in my previous prediction video, I had him at 5th place. And now that Nick Walker's out, I'm pushing everybody up. So he's going to 4th place in my prediction. And it was bold before, now it's getting even bolder. Michael has great size, probably the best arms in the show, and like I said, the best crab in the business today. I think his only weakness is his lack of size in his glutes, but I think if he brought that up, he's going to be one of the top guys in the show. In 3rd place, I have Samson Dauda. Samson won the Arnold Classic this year and has a lot of momentum going into the Olympia. He has a great combination of size and shape. He's symmetrical, very pleasing. Doesn't have the best biceps, and I think his back is always being his weaker body part. But I think if he brought that up, he's going to impress a lot of people this year at the Olympia. And he's always making improvements from show to show. In second place, I have Hadi Chupan. Hadi is last year's Mr. Olympia winner. And we all know that he always comes in with some of the best conditioning on stage. However, from the back, we've never really seen ripped lower back like Christmas tree. And his arms could be a little bigger, his calves could be a little bigger. But I think he's not going to be as impressive as who I have placing ahead of him. And my prediction for first place and new Mr. Olympia, Derek Lunsford. Derek took second last year. He skipped the Arnold this year to focus his prep on the Olympia, which I think is a smart move because he's made a lot of improvements in size. We all know that he has the best back double biceps in the show, the best V taper. He has great calves to match his quads, and I think he's going to show much improvement from last year's showing. So those are my updated predictions. What do you guys think? Who do you have in your top 6, top 10? What do you think about my predictions? Please post a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one.